Hi, I'm Cynthia Collins with Community Bank's Loan Department, and I'm here to help you with any personal loans you may need. I enjoy coming to work every day and helping people with all types of loans. From automobiles to debt consolidation, I'm here to help. Call me and let's see how Community Bank can help you.
So stop in and see us at Community Bank of Dublin Lawrence County, the bank that's service-built, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
Hello everyone, we'd like to welcome you to Real Talk. I'm your host Pat Terrio, and we've got somebody, a town favorite, who's come back to grace us with his presence. We've got Michael Kite with us. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You know, I've heard a lot about you from your dad. You know, he's kind of really tooted your horn for you. So he's really put you way up here, Michael.
Oh, I'm sure he has, yeah.
So there's no other place but down now, dude.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Michael, we're so glad to have you here with us here in the studio. We're going to talk a little bit about, you know, of course, some of your accolades. We want to know how you got started as a musician and as a singer, a songwriter, producer. I could go on because I know there's a lot of things that you have accomplished at such a young age, which is pretty profound. And so we're proud to have you in the studio.
Cool.
So we're going to let you tell us a little bit about how you got started and about your family here. Okay?
Okay. Well, I mean, I grew up here, obviously. My dad loved music. He just liked, you know, like I told you, Motown, stuff like that. So I grew up in church. It's so funny, and he would just make me sing songs from a young. I've got videos of me like 4, you know, singing at church. So
That's
super young. But I always had a passion for it. I'd listen to Michael Jackson and try to sing like him when I was like 12, and then my voice changed, and I couldn't really sing like Michael Jackson anymore.
Got a little bit.
Yeah, so I switched to Lionel Richie. So I always loved it. I think I looked up to like the worship leaders growing up at my church. I'd watch them play, and I'd be so into it, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And
now tell them who your parents are, who your family is.
my dad is Hugh Kite.
Everybody loves your dad.
Everybody knows my dad around here. It seems like every time I go with him to like the grocery store around here, we're there an hour, you know.
Because he can talk. He can talk. I mean.
Oh, he can talk too. Yeah. He's a character for sure.
Yeah.
And my mom, his wife Michelle, she's just a sweet little country woman.
Yes.
But it's a cool family.
Don't you have a sister?
I have 2 sisters.
2 sisters.
And a younger brother who's in the military. Actually, he's in the Army. 2 older sisters. They both have babies, and you know they're living life, and it's really cool. I mean, it's cool to come home to nieces, you know.
Absolutely, it is.
It's cool.
And so, you know, starting off like that, and you graduated from West Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Come on.
And you know, and you said you've always loved music.
Yeah, it's always been a passion, you know. I mean, I started, you know, playing at probably 13.
Yeah.
Guitar. And I really got into it at that point, and I started playing at church around 14, leading a lot too, and I mean, became a worship leader pretty young.
Yeah.
And that just got me really involved, and then it just escalated from there more and more, just, you know, little goals, you know, as I went along.
And you know, there's a lot of people that start out that way. You know, they get their foundation, of course, from the church. You know, singing and playing very, very young, and I think that kind of gives you a confidence.
It does. I mean, it's a lot of stage presence.
Yes.
You know, I mean, weekly.
You've got great stage presence right here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I mean, I have to be on stage every week. You know, you be in front of people, and even worship is more awkward than most genres. So it really brings some confidence in you after a while of doing that, to where you just get super comfortable.
When you think about worship, though, that brings a vulnerability because it's a spiritual connection that you're making with God, and then with the people that you're ministering to. So that's a whole different thing.
That's something that you can't get from just playing music outside of church.
You could be singing and crying and still having to.
It teaches you a lot.
It really does.
And it brings something out of you that, you know, thank God for growing up singing in church, because I think I'd do things differently now because of that upbringing, and it brings a passion out of you that church,
Absolutely.
worship, that kind of stuff brings out of you. So I'm super thankful for that.
And that's a good thing. So when did you kind of start feeling, okay, I want to do more than what I'm doing here? When did you get
Sure.
the courage, because it requires courage. We talk a lot about when we talk to musicians and singers and different performers, to where it requires a bit of courage to step outside of your comfort zone, to leave Dublin.
Sure. It's funny. I never considered music like a career.
Wow.
I never
When did
thought-
that happen, though? When did you
all
feel
through high
like,
school, I was like, "There's no way I would want to do that," because nobody does that. I mean, especially around here, I wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just don't think you could do that. And I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get this degree. I'm going to be a teacher. I just had these other goals.
Right,
And I was
right.
like, music would just be a hobby.
you had practical goals,
Right.
to where you're like,
yeah, and
okay.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's
Yeah.
great. But when I was about 18, I was singing at a bigger church.
Yeah.
In Warner Robins, and I just started getting, more people started noticing me, and more people
Right.
started coming up to me and telling me, like, "You're good. You should do this." I'm just like, okay, maybe I am pretty good. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I have potential. So that's when I really kind of got into it more, as far as like, I want to do this for my life.
Wow.
And it's crazy. It's a scary thing, because it is scary moving that far away from your hometown, because nobody really knows you. You got to start like a whole network of friends and
Yeah.
people, but it's super rewarding, and you don't really have to move to Nashville to do music.
But you did.
I think that was, for me, it was at the time, it was the best decision.
You moved to Nashville.
Yeah, so I'm there now, and
And so how long have you been in Nashville?
probably about a year.
About a year. And so your professional life is so far different from growing up here in Dublin. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever imagine it would be the way it is now?
It's crazy.
Do you have to pinch yourself?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, sometimes
this
I'm
is
like,
re-
this is just weird, because I had this other idea of life, and I would see my dad, who grew in the education system.
Yeah.
And that just always seemed like normal to me. So my life is so much different than my dad's, because
Yeah.
my schedule is crazy.
Yeah.
I work weird hours because I do music, so it's just like, and it's pretty much all up to me. Like, I manage it, so it's
Yeah.
like, which is great. I love that. But it's definitely bizarre sometimes.
So with your bizarre life, okay, a day in the life of Michael. I mean, because people, we kind of want the people out there to kind of understand a little bit that you're from here,
Right.
but you're not living the life like all of us
No.
are doing. I mean, your lifestyle, your life is very different, and you chose that because of the gift that God has placed within you. And so what is a day like for you? Like, when a day is really chaotic and you have to go play, like some of the places you've played in Nashville,
Okay.
and who you perform with. We want to make sure that we're definitely letting people know.
Okay, well, I've played with some people like Amber Carrington. She was on The Voice a couple years ago.
Right?
I got linked up with her. She lives in Nashville too. I've done a lot of stuff with her. We've played we opened for David Cook and some other people in Nashville. It was cool.
Yeah.
I've played for Caroline Glazer, who also lives in Nashville. She was
Yeah.
on The Voice the same season as
Right,
Amber.
right. Nashville's the
So
place.
It's cool.
then.
There's a lot of people that move there wanting to do music, and I just try to connect with those people and see how I can help them or be involved in their process. And it's funny. A lot of ways to succeed, I think, is to make other people's dreams come true too.
Wow.
So in helping other people, I've gotten a lot of work, and they've come back to me and tried to use me for stuff because I'm just trying to make their music better, trying to make them better, and it's weird how doors have opened for me that way.
In a way, though, Michael, can you see that like you're planting seeds?
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of stuff you're probably, doing for a little of nothing, and
Sure.
you're putting
It's
so much.
investment.
Yeah, you're making an investment on your
Right.
career.
Yeah, and I think it works with anything in life.
Yeah.
I think if your life is making other people's life awesome,
Yes.
then they will make your life awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the way it works. What's really worked for me is finding people and seeing what they want to do. Like, I want my live show to be better or something. I try to make their live show better by playing with them and singing with them or
Yeah.
recording them or anything they really need. and then it ends up benefiting me in
Yeah.
the long run. I don't know. That's what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it because it seems to be working.
That's awesome. And see, and also, if you guys are listening to him, he's doing certain jobs and helping other people, and it's actually, they're becoming more confident in your gift.
Right.
In your gift. So that's how it's like doors are being opened for you
Right.
in so
Yeah.
many different aspects.
It's great. Yeah. I try to just, with every person that I work with and connect with, I try to just give a great product. And what I'm learning about success too is it's not something I need to chase. I think it's something I need to attract by being attractive
Yes.
to the market,
Right.
by being valuable.
Yeah.
So the one thing I learned was just to make myself more valuable. Like, we'll get more skills.
Yes.
Get better. It's not good enough to just be good. You got to be excellent.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are good.
Hi, I'm Locke Wilford. Get more excitement, more innovation, more reasons to celebrate during Dublin Nissan's Free to Choose event.
At Dublin Nissan, you're free to choose. Nissan Altima starting at $18,988 or 72 months at 0%. All new Muranos and Rogues, 60 months with no interest.
Dublin Nissan, the only dealer you will ever need.
What are you doing to sharpen those skills to improve on your craft?
Well, that's good. I mean, I practice a lot. Even the instruments I've been playing for 10 years, I feel like I'm behind. So
Right.
I'll practice them, try to play them every day. With producing, I'll just record things just to learn from my own mistakes.
Right.
I just trial and error with everything I do until I get what I want from
That's
it.
awesome.
So I have a sound in my head, especially with recordings and stuff that I want to hear. That sounds pro to me, and that's what every day I'm trying to get to that. And along the way, though, you're impressing a lot of people, but you don't know it.
You definitely
You don't
are.
realize it, and people are like what you're doing, but you're not satisfied with it yet. So I think as long as I keep waking up doing that, then it's going to be okay.
Do you find yourself, as an artist, very critical of yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
It's awful.
And it
isn't
makes yourself very insecure.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful, but I am very critical, and I'm sometimes not sure about some of my work. And some
Right.
oh, I love it, it's great, but I'm just
Yeah.
I'll notice all the little things, or I'm super picky, which I don't know. That's an artistic thing, I guess.
Yeah, and I've noticed with a lot of artists, whether it's singing, whether it's a musician, and in my area of dramatic arts, it's like we're very, very particular with the product that we deliver.
Sure.
Not only are our name stamps on it, but we got a little OCD in there to where it's like everything has to be. I just confessed that. Well, we like things a certain way, and if it's not, but I think that's probably always been in me. Has it always? Have you always been like that?
Yeah, I think that's just a character trait.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. It's great, very healthy.
Yeah.
As far as excuse me, recording and stuff and playing with people, I noticed early on that I noticed the little things, and I was OCD about the small things, and I think that's what separates the good from the great. I think, details.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of people that don't see it. A lot of people that want to do music or other things, and they don't pay attention to the details.
Yeah.
And they wonder why they don't get the gig or they don't get the opportunity.
You're exactly right.
And I think it's that character trait, and you can learn it. I mean, you can push yourself to be like that.
And then too, it's like when you've already been in the business for some while, you know what they're looking for.
Sure.
And so you know that you cannot half step with what you do, or else you're going to be left behind.
Oh yeah, I constantly remind myself. I listen to things that are so much better than me, and I'm like, man, it keeps me humble. And in most things, I think you need to either stay humble or life's going to humble you. Either way, you're going to be humble.
I think both happens, don't you
Yeah, I
think?
think both things happen. So you might as well just stay humble, because life's going to humble you either way.
It does.
So I try to just listen to things I watch producers that are way better than me, and musicians that are better than me, and it just makes me, push for more. And that's what we should be doing with anything.
With anything, I think we all should operate out of a spirit of excellence.
Right.
And so, would you say there's one person, or is there someone in your life that's been a mentor to you? Of course, you say you look up to different producers and other artists, but has there been this one person that has been, who would be your muse, or whom you have really been influenced?
Yeah,
in this field?
There's a guy that I've been connected with for a couple years now. He's out in Dallas, His daughter does music. She's like 14 years old.
Right.
She's really awesome, really talented, probably going to do great things. And I've been working with her music for the past couple of years. And this guy is probably one of the most successful guys I've ever met.
Yeah.
You know, not just financially, but just he makes goals and achieves them. And I think he's just been my mentor in that way, just like hammering me with making goals. And because it's easy to be in this independent, you know, you control your own situation, lifestyle,
Right.
and not get much done.
Yeah.
Or sit around and kind of, because most of your life, that's what you do. Like high school, you just kind of, you're told what to do.
Right.
You know, even college, you know, and so, and even a normal job, you
Yeah.
just kind of, you show up, they tell you what to do, you do it.
Or you don't.
And this,
Yeah.
you either like, no one does that. You are that person.
That's
you
so
know?
true.
So I have to be that person for myself.
Yes.
And it's hard, you know.
And you know, Michael, you sound like you're very disciplined, right?
I try to be. Yeah.
But what about, you know, but there's also, you know, a lot of people are very tempted by, you know, fame, you know, all the beautiful people, all the different, you know, aphrodisiacs, so to speak,
Right.
that could actually deter you. And as a young man, how do you keep yourself grounded to make sure that you are still keeping your eye on the prize? Because we know there are a lot of potential distractions out there.
Oh, there are plenty. Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
You know, I mean,
especially
really,
in this industry too.
right.
Anything with the arts, anything like that, that's very like free and kind of, you know, it's easily, you know, there's a lot of different things to sway you. I kind of just remind myself of what I really want in life, you know. And I think at the end of the day, I want, you know, a family. I want because I don't know. I've seen a lot of famous people that just aren't happy. I've met people that are really successful and they're just not satisfied.
You
So I
see
don't
that
think
every
fame is the
day.
answer.
You hear it in the news. You
Right.
see it in the headlines.
Sure.
Yeah.
It might be a benefit one day, but I don't think it's the answer to happiness. So,
Right.
I think just reminding yourself what real success is.
Wow.
What real happiness is. I think real success is saying, I want to be this, and you do that. You know, if it's, you want to be a mother, and you become a mother, and that's a success. So I know what I want to be, and, and if it makes me famous one day, whatever, but that's not going to be the happiness, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I think reminding yourself of all the people that got all those things and are not happy.
Yeah, and I think that definitely keeps you grounded.
Oh, yeah.
It really does. And two, that you're still connected to your family.
Oh yeah, back south. I mean, I got a southern family, country family, that very simple. You know, the way they look at life, and I that grounds me when I come home and see that, and you know, they're hardworking. You know, and so I think having that background and that raising really helps.
Yeah.
Because they got a good head on their shoulders. You know, my dad is a really hard worker, so seeing him work his butt off for what he wants, you know, it kind of reminds me what I need to do.
It does. It should. And so what kind of advice can you give? We want you to give some advice to some young man, some young woman out there in achieving their goals, and especially one like such as this, because when we talk to certain, you know, we talk to kids, it's like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And, you know, we just talked with kids today about that, and I had like probably 6 or 7 said they want to be doctors, and, you know, 2 said they want to be in the NBA, and one says she wants to be a judge, and one wants to, you know, and so when you talk about in the music industry, a lot of times parents, they want to tell their kids, well, listen, honey, you need to go to school, get your education, get you a real job, and do that on the side. So it requires something inward for you, that individual, if you say, no, I'm going to put everything in. I feel this is the part of the destiny of my life, of the road that I should travel. You know?
Yeah, you know, that's not bad advice, those parents, because sometimes some people are delusional. They think they're good. And, you know, I think you got to be honest with yourself. Like, do I actually have talent? Am I actually born? Now, I wasn't born being able to play the guitar. It was a skill that I worked at. But, you know, I think you have a natural, like, ability to hear certain things, or maybe, like, to know what feels good, and you have intuition with it. And I think that, you know, there's something you're supposed to do in life where you were intuitive about it, and you were naturally good at it. Like, I'm not good at construction. Like, I have a friend that can hammer a nail in like 3 pounds, and it takes me like 34. You know, I'm like awful with certain things. I don't have intuition with that. I don't think that way about it. Some people just naturally do think.
Your calling's not as a contractor.
Yeah, so I'd say a lot of people look at music for the wrong reasons. and they see these famous artists and they think,
Yeah,
that's
it's
why I
the
want to do
stars.
music.
Yeah.
They got stars in their eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's people like that move to Nashville every day and then move back home in about 3 months.
I know someone that did that,
Yep.
that moved away from their family, moved to Nashville because,
Right.
they had met a producer who says, I'm going to make you famous.
Oh, that's the biggest con, too.
you
yeah,
know,
producers
and
do that.
she had to come back home.
Right.
She's still a great singer.
Sure.
She's still very tall and beautiful and statuesque, but she sells real estate.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like that.
Right.
When, because we know that everybody's not going to make it. Everybody's
Right.
not going to be successful.
Sure.
But how do we want to encourage individuals
Yeah.
out there,
Because I'm sure there's people at home that have natural ability that live
Right.
here and nobody knows about them.
Yeah.
Could be somebody that's going to be famous one day,
You exactly.
So, I mean, I would say don't be discouraged and don't, let other people tell you, it's impossible, because it's definitely
Yeah.
possible. I'd say all you really need is sort of talent.
Yeah.
You do need talent.
Do have to-
You need to be born with sort of, at least the ability to hear music and be passionate about it.
Yes.
And then after that, it's just hard work.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
It is.
I think you can have half the talent, a lot of people, and still make it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people that are not that great, and they're doing great.
Yeah.
And
because
it confuses me.
it's weird,
It's
isn't
the
it?
work. And it really
It's
is. That's
weird.
all it is.
Yeah.
And it's just the discipline and the motivating yourself and practicing and working for it. You're not just going to naturally become a better guitar player by
Right.
getting older. I used to think
just
that
get
way.
old.
Yeah, I used to look at people that were 23, 24 when I was 14. Oh, when I'm 23, then I'll be able to do that, and then I'll be able to do this. But you
Yeah.
know, only reason I am where I'm at is because of all the work I put in, not because I
Yes.
got older.
Exactly.
So I mean.
And you're old now?
And what I would tell, no, I'm not old at all. I'm still not near where I want to be.
No.
But I would say to people here that want to do music and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I would say, if you have a big plan B in your mind, I would just do that.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're going to do music, it has to be something that you really want to do.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, people kind of want to do music, and only if it's easy.
Yeah. Because it's
Right.
not easy.
It's not.
And
it's
it can
hard.
be very
Probably
discouraging
harder
sometimes.
than most things. It'd be way
Yeah.
easier for me to go to school, get a bachelor's degree, and get a normal
Right.
job.
Become
than
a
it would-
contractor.
Right. Hey, I could at least learn how to hammer a nail.
That's right.
But I mean, doing music and
Yeah.
always progressing and trying to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to really want it.
Yeah.
But I would say all you need is the passion for it.
Yeah.
Some natural talent would help, definitely.
And that's a lot.
Or just be a music manager or something if you can't play.
Exactly, because
But,
you're doing a lot of things. You're singing,
Right.
you're writing music, you're playing several instruments,
Yeah.
you're producing. What else are you doing?
That's mostly it. I want
But
to
that's
do
a
more.
lot.
I want to do more in the future. I know that sounds crazy to say I want to do more, but I want to do bigger things. I want to help people. I'd love
Yeah.
to give back after a while, and teach people things. But I'm really just right now, I'm trying to get as good as I can at those
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
So I'm just trying to hone in on them and never settle for
Yeah.
it,
Well, we're so glad that you have not settled, Michael. We are certainly glad of that, and we're so proud of you being from our hometown,
Yeah.
and you're doing great things. And we want to be able to hear you play. We want you to play
Sure.
some songs for us,
Yeah.
and so that the people can listen and to hear this artist
Okay.
do his thing, so to
that.
speak, And so it has been an honor to have Michael in the studio. We're going to let him play for us in a little bit. We want you to continue doing great things. We're glad that you're grounded, because we know that is a requirement
Oh, yeah.
for you to be able to stay focused in what you're doing. Thank you for the advice you've given
Yeah,
to the
sure.
young ones out there, even the older ones, the ones
Sure.
that are young at heart.
Right.
And another thing too, we know you've got to start small,
Right.
you've got to do something where you're at. So we encourage all of you who have the hopes and the dreams to perform, to sing, to songwrite,
Yeah.
to
At your small church, whatever.
yeah,
Start
praise and
today.
worship, baby.
Yeah, I started small, man. It's small steps.
Yeah, sing in front of your family reunion folks. and
Exactly. I did that once.
At Sunday dinner, it's crazy, doesn't it get
Yeah.
crazy?
Oh yeah, Kite family reunion. something else.
Absolutely. All right, so Michael, absolutely a pleasure. I've
Absolutely.
enjoyed sitting on the couch with you and talking about your life's work.
Cool.
All right, and so
Enjoyed it too.
absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Kite.
When my husband experienced chest pain, I knew he had to go to the ER at Fairview Park Hospital because it had an accredited chest pain center. Chest pain isn't like a broken arm or a high fever. They treat chest pain like the serious condition it is, and they treat it fast. And it was a good thing we knew the difference because my husband was in cardiac arrest.
Oh, I was fine.
Now he is.
Treat chest pain like chest pain. Choose the ER at Fairview Park Hospital.
Oh, sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. See, I beg, stole, and I borrowed. Yeah. Ooh, 'cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. 'Cause I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? I paid my dues to make it. Well, everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. Ooh, 'cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. 'Cause I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know that things are too alright. I wanna be free, just me. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh. 'Cause I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning, yeah. 'Cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday I got a piece of land out in the countryside. Lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pine. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. We got a fire going down by the riverside. Sip whiskey at the bottom, living like we'll never die. Come on and stay a while. If you don't believe me, why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms around me. In a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms around me. Here in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need. Oh no, I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms around me. Here in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. I got everything I need. Oh.